Perfect. Okay. All right, you guys good?
I'm good.
All right, it's been like a month, I think, right? April 21st. All right. So last session, 49, I called it Some Can't Be Reasoned With. And the subtitle was Maybe There Are More Heads Over Here. The party had swiftly exterminated the room full of giant spiders, the last of them either running off or now burning, stinky piles of gore. They searched the web-coated rubble for anything valuable, and Alaric found a cocooned man, perhaps a Vistana, who seemed to have been decaying here for some time. On the corpse, he found a few coins and a fancy-looking necklace. The group started to explore the rest of the mansion. Spargle and Ragnar pushed through a door into a dead, silent dining room. The furniture was utterly wrecked, but a fancy-looking crystal chandelier was mainly intact and gave off a magical glowing light. Elegant stained glass bordered the door on the east wall of this dining hall. Ragnar peeked into the room beyond and noticed a dark, foggy chapel. A rising sun symbol adorned an altar on the far side of it. Peering through the darkness, they noticed 3 shadowy figures silently kneeling in front of the altar. Meanwhile, Deckard and Alaric discovered an elegant but ransacked den. In this old study, an opium den, no. In this old study were a cold, dirty fireplace and an upright coffin that had been converted into a wine rack. Suddenly, a fire sparked in the hearth in the shape of a small fiery dragon and reared its head back. Deckard stammered, Alaric, it's the fire's up. The half-orc spun around and saw it as well as he readied for an attack. They both backed up, and chose not to rush into a fight. In turn, the dragon spoke, hissing, My knights have fallen into darkness. Save them if you can. Show them the light they have lost. Some of them are beyond reason, but the others can still be saved. With that, the dragon disappeared. Deckard looked up the chimney to see where it might have gone, but a large chunk of creosote dropped onto his face. He smeared some of it into some of this into eye black, to keep the glare away.
Deckard would go on to develop really, really bad cancer.
Eye cancer.
Eye cancer because of creosote.
They rejoined eye cancer at Arkansas Holt. Call Jacoby and Myers.
I'll make them pay. Anyhow, they rejoined the rest of the group who were exploring the dining hall and chapel. For a few minutes, they discussed the cryptic message from the fire dragon. Eventually, they decided to approach the dark figures in the chapel. Spargle created an illusion of a small silver dragon, hoping it would appeal to these undead knights. Despite the illusion, and the party trying desperately to convince the revenants that they were here to assist the Order of the Silver Dragon, the knights charged forward with rage in their eyes, shouting for them to get out. They seemed to be beyond reasoning with. A quick-acting Deckard shot his crossbow at the rampaging undead, and a brutal battle ensued. Throughout the fight, the party continued to attempt to convince the revenants that they were there to help. Again, the group's magical fire, both from Spargle and Thoradin, as well as Juniper's elemental, seemed effective in this fight. Ragnar, shouting even louder over the raging battle, yelled, "We are enemies of Strahd and we came to help." Finally, this seemed to sink in to at least one of the revenants, who paused his onslaught for a moment. The other two, however, continued to swing at the group viciously. During the fight, the befuddled revenant ran up a staircase, leaving the others. As usual, Alaric raged and his blood magic augmented him further. Juniper finished off one of them with a rock straight through the front of its skull as the stone exploded out the back of its head. Alaric repeatedly stabbed at the other one with his blood spear, and it also fell. The 2 undead knights smoldered on the ground, and their very bodies disintegrated instantly. Now, with a moment to check out the chapel, Deckard informed the group that he believed it to be dedicated to the Morning Lord, a deity that might somewhat mirror or complement Mother Night. Both gods were unfamiliar to anyone from Faerun and seemed to be ancient deities of this land. Above them, the chapel extended to the top of the mansion, a few more stories up to a beacon tower. They moved together up the stairs, where the other revenant retreated earlier during the fight. The staircase led to a room with an old throne that looked down from the balcony to the chapel below. They pressed further into the second floor. Long hallways formed another balcony that encircled the entryway where they had come in earlier. In two corners were alcoves, velvety curtains drawn across them. Juniper inspected the south alcove and found a pedestal with an orb-shaped object, black fabric draped over it. She lifted the cloth and immediately screamed. A curious Spargle ran in to see what shocked her. After he realized what it was, Juniper threw the cloth back over it. He then turned around and said, guys, this isn't good. It's Blackwind's head. Why is his head here? However, when Thoradin walked over to check it out himself, he lifted the covering and found an alabaster bust of a middle-aged, handsome, noble-looking man instead. While they tried to figure out what the hell was going on, Spargle ran to the north alcove and tore back the curtain saying, maybe there are more heads over here. But the alcove was empty. Okay, no heads. As this was happening, Deckard seemed suddenly distracted. He bolted further down the hallway and looked down from the window to the front of the building. Deckard saw a man, possibly Vistani, who had pulled a horse-drawn wagon up to near the estate's front. He had unloaded a large, wide crate and was urinating on the dragon statue. He then zipped up his pants and tore off with the horse and cart, leaving the coffin-shaped box lying on the ground. They took one more look at the head on the pedestal, and this time Spargle also saw the bust of a nobleman. Deckard and Thoradin agreed to toss the marble head off the balcony. With a heave, it flew over the edge and shattered on the flagstone floor below. Confused, they all decided to go out front and see what was going on with this box. Thoradin reached the coffin first, and burned into the side of it was the coffin maker's mark. Henry Vandervoort, coffin maker, Vallaki. Everyone was further shocked to see that burned into the top of the coffin a single name, Ragnar. Dangling from a string attached to the side of the coffin was a handwritten tag in an elegant script which read, "While you are away." Hesitantly, they opened the coffin, and inside they discovered it was full of dead ravens. And that's where we ended. Hey, Amber.
Sounds normal.
Good to see your camera. Everybody's got their cameras on.
You're muted, babe.
I felt left out. Now you guys can tell when I'm muted.
So, these ravens, what do they look like? Are they regular ravens? Are they just dead ravens?
They're dead.
Show me.
Show me. That's going to be it all night. Show me.
Man.
They are dead.
So, can Thoradin pick one up?
Sure. Yeah, there's
He's
about
gonna sink his teeth into one of these things.
30. Oof. Make a Constitution save.
Already getting started. Here we go. Oh, poor Dan. Oh, fuck. 11.
Okay, so you bite into it, and it's a raven, and it's squishy, and it's like biting into like a raw piece of chicken, in terms of texture, and a little bit of like its guts and bird bones kind of ooze out, and you start to heave the smell and everything, and you vomit. I don't know where you're gonna direct
Juniper is
that.
also gonna vomit if she sees this. She's gonna
vomit chain.
Yep.
It's really a raven. I thought it was something else, lads. Some sort of phantasm. It's really a raven.
Yep, 100% real.
Fuck.
Oh, I'll actually move
And then he
us
puts
over
it in his
now.
pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah, that
flaming dragon.
Yeah, I
That
like
was supposed to. Yeah, that was the dragon you guys saw in the fireplace.
So that's the last dragon.
Same. I was kind of picturing one of those things from WoW, the wind serpents with the little wings and the serpenty
Oh,
thing.
those
Yeah.
other kinds of dragons.
You know, this is really not good because we were playing both sides of the fence a little bit with Wagner. You know what I mean? Like we were doing, Friends of the Feather or whatever, and then with her too playing to her favor. Now they obviously know about the Friends of the Feather.
Yeah, but if Deckard's smooth, he's in with them, right? Deckard is like he's in with those people. So if he just smooth talks, if we run into any problems with the Wachner people, Deckard could just do smooth talk. And
We told them we were coming here.
This is a pretty unfriendly greeting card from them, though.
So Ragnar's going to walk up to the coffin and just run his hand over his name and just look at you guys and be like, "Why is my name on the coffin? How do they even know my name?"
Will, does it feel weird playing Deckard now versus playing Deckard in Owlbear Run? Did you have to do anything mentally to like change gears?
No, he's the same dude, just a little older.
Cool.
In years.
Very cool. I figured I'd ask.
No, I just played Deckard like Deckard.
Yeah. Okay.
Deckard's just Deckard, you know?
Yeah, Ponch, he showed up in Owlbear Run.
That's
A little
awesome.
poetic license that he got out of Barovia, but
He was the Owlbear keeper. And he just was showing them the owlbears. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail. Sorry. Oh, you have rough and tough orc skin, lad. I couldn't sink my teeth into you if I wanted to, lad. You got thick skin, and he like pinches your skin. Look at that. That's the taut skin of a half orc, lad. I couldn't even if I wanted to. Oh. Maybe Ragnar, maybe you're not real, lad.
Do we have anybody in the group that can maybe like see if there's magic or something going on here?
I can divine sense. I could certainly do that.
If you try to bite me, you're gonna lose a finger.
I think I won't be biting you, lad. I won't be doing it, lad. Quite strongly, I won't.
He prefers to only bite dead things.
You know what? Okay, so I'm gonna cast divine sense. I'm gonna step back and say, Alaric, you're right. There could be some sort of demon or ghost around here. So with that, and I look at Ragnar, I cut my eyes at him. So I cast divine sense. 60 feet. Any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover is revealed to me. I know the location of them.
okay. You cast it, and you don't detect anything.
He's good, lad. He's good. And I pat him on the shoulder. He's good. He's real. He's still a dwarf.
Ragnar goes like this.
I just had to be safe, lad. I just had to make sure.
Have we opened the coffin yet?
All ravens. All dead ravens. Poured out.
Okay.
Keep it one.
And I did take a bite out of one because I thought they could be phantasms. Like they could be ghosts, phantom ravens. Right, that could go either way.
And the
Oh,
one
Ozzy.
refresher I need is it was a Vistani that dropped this off, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any Peter.
You heard him rolling up with a cart and wagon. You heard that you were the one with the super ears, and by the time you got there, he was peeling out and left that box right there in front of the statue.
It's kind of gross, but
Can't
can I
see that
search
anymore,
in there
can I?
to see if there's anything
He's
else,
long gone.
like any clues or anything other than a bunch of dead ravens?
Yeah, get your fingers in there. Get your hands in there.
You know,
Ugh,
So make
like
an
double dare.
Yeah.
throwing birds around.
Yeah, I won't
Covers?
I won't make you make a roll. It's just a box full of dead
I already
birds. So
clicked it, but it's going super
Yeah.
slow.
So would you say it's a bird box?
the bird box? It's you sift through it for a little while, and it's just dead ravens.
Dead birds.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and Deckard, it took you guys a little while to get back down through the complex and out there. So the guy in the horse and cart was had gotten pretty far away now.
Is there any way we can tell if any of these are were ravens? Especially the one he bit.
Make an Arcana check.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm. You're
Oh,
asking.
Oh God.
But not me.
My mic was muted on stream until a minute ago,
Oh.
Dan. Just so you know, when you go to
14.
rewatch. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know why it does
A 14. You know enough about lycanthropes, how
Mhm.
you say it,
that. Yeah, I think it's like
to know that when they die, they typically return to their human form.
Okay, so at least
Yeah,
this
right.
is
Now, that's
none of
what's
our
happened to
friends.
me, man. If I'm a werewolf and
That's
I
good
die,
news.
back into Deckard.
Okay.
You mean they just visually look into they look like a human. They don't turn back into a human and live, right? Or is that what you're saying?
They would turn into their normal form, right?
So if Michael J. Fox died in Teen Wolf when he was a wolf, he would have
Perfect.
turned back into Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Mhm.
But
Yeah.
would have been alive, is what you're saying.
Well, no, he'd be dead.
Oh, okay. All right. This
No,
was
like
just
it's a
visual thing.
human
Got it.
corpse.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're confusing that with like a polymorph, where you get down to 1 and then you're back to life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or not beat Teen Wolf and Horse back in '68. So you know.
So you know. Actually, you probably have the dexterity for it.
Deckard is funny, man.
Deckard spin-off TV show. I see it happening. I don't know.
It could
I mean, there's enough
Funny.
streaming service. He's got to pick that up.
I'd watch it. That's the content I pay to see.
First episode is him capturing the owl bear with 3 legs.
Oh, Rolling Boulder. Oh,
I
we have.
captured Rolling Boulder.
There is so much yet to be written about Rolling Boulder. Just don't even.
Should have took Rolling Boulder.
And we did
So-
discover there's nothing else in there but dead ravens.
That's it.
Like we
What-
flipped
what
it
kind
over
of
and
Guys,
wood?
we're
them
talking
all.
about Walker. Do we
What
think
kind
this
of
is from,
wood? Sorry, go ahead, Will.
Sorry, did we think this was from Lady Wachter? Is that what?
There is a note that we haven't even bothered to look at yet.
No, you did. It was more like a gift
postcard.
tag, like
Yeah,
a tag,
right.
like a
Right.
gift tag on a little string, and it had in script. It said "While you were away."
Oh, okay. All right.
Nice.
So can I discern from looking at the coffin that the wood is from, like, maybe Vallaki? Like if it's from...
You could make a insight check. Even before you make that insight check, what you can tell is it's standard kind of wood, like
Yeah,
what you'd.
it's nothing,
I mean, it looks like a standard coffin.
Right.
Nothing
Missing forest for
fancy.
the trees as usual.
Yeah, whether it's
Right.
made out of. Yeah, right.
All right, well, this is some fucked up shit. So we gotta figure this out.
Do you guys want to take the coffin apart and try to put it back together?
That's an idea.
So,
Like-
Ragnar looks over at Deckard. Deckard was the one who saw the guy roll up. So, Deckard, what did the guy driving this coffin look like? You said he was a Vistani?
He's one of them those Vistani guys that Blackwind tried to fight back in the day.
Okay, so a couple things that don't make sense. I've never met them.
They're kind of weird.
So why do they have my name?
Mhm.
I
The
don't
guy
know.
who makes the coffins, we've never met him. And why would he put my name on this coffin?
I got questions for you, Ragnar. Why did we come here? You're the one who told us about this place.
Supposed to be a sacred temple in the middle of a blasted land.
Sacred lad, we saw somebody's head skewered on a pillar. And now we have dead ravens that don't taste very good.
And it was clearly an illusion. And only one of us saw it.
Well, our friend back in the woods that we met when we first got here told us to come here. What was that guy's name? The slow guy.
Petor,
Yeah, Pioiter.
Poiter,
Oh yeah.
Bolshevik.
So
That fat
it looks
fuck.
like we have two choices right now. Do you want to go up and talk to the one revenant that ran away? Do you want to go talk to the coffin maker? What does everyone think?
I think we
Oh,
got
here.
to explore
Yeah.
more of this
Well,
place.
but yeah, did we ever go in and confront those people kneeling in front of the altar?
Yeah, we killed most of them.
Most of them.
Oh, did we? Was
One
it-
of
The
them I
one ran
screamed at and he ran away.
Oh, right, right.
One left. Maybe we
Ask
can
to-
reason with
Asked to
him.
speak to a manager.
We were gonna talk to the manager, but then we saw Blackwind's head
Right,
and we
right.
got sidetracked.
Oh, what else is new?
And then someone threw this coffin out in the street. Some weird stuff happens around here, man.
So you could kind of just tell me you're going back to where you guys were. If you want to just make your way back there, I won't make you walk all the way back through the mansion. If there's other stuff you wanted to check out on the ground floor that you didn't before you were on your way up.
I would
just
like
let me
to.
know.
Pretty much, I don't want to say ransacked, but we checked out half of the whole first floor ish or more.
Yeah, there's definitely more to check out in this place.
Oh, yeah. And we didn't even go to the second floor, which is where I was.
Well, I think
trying to go.
we started, and then we saw the
That's
friend.
where we saw the busts.
We saw the face of our friend.
Yeah, there's definitely more here to investigate, but
I would vote for talking to the Revenant.
Yeah, let's have a little stop and chat. Let's do it.
that's a good idea.
So
We're
you
here
want to?
anyway.
Heading back inside.
Do you want to? Are you going like? All right. So tell me where you're going. Are you doing
the
something on this
fastest-
floor, or are you going back to where you guys heard this guy
Yeah.
rolling up and continue?
I'm
from
gonna
there?
take the fastest. Yeah, I'm going over here.
Okay, because you
Wherever
were
the
on the
people
second.
are.
You guys were on the second floor, so if you want, I'll
Yeah.
move. I'm kind of keeping 2 sets of tokens. So let me.
Dan,
Are you all going back up to the second floor by the?
Yeah.
Dan,
Yeah.
this goes up and down from the second floor, or just down?
Those. Let me see. I don't recall. I don't remember.
Like, are there stairs that go up? In other words, like that one guy who took off. I think he went up this stairwell, right? The one that we came up.
Correct. Wait, you're pinging. You're on the second floor now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Um,
but I'm sorry. It's the same stairwell, right?
Yeah.
that one,
Yeah.
that one is when he went up, right?
That's correct. Yeah, that staircase. 5 foot. The staircase leads from the chapel to the balcony. Hold on, I'm forgetting how this all comes together here.
So we took that to the second floor. We followed him to the second floor, found
Blackwind's head.
heads and stuff, and got distracted and went outside. But I just didn't know if it would if we didn't run into the Revenant on the second floor. I didn't know if there was a way to go up. But it looks like there's doors that we haven't.
No,
opened.
those don't go up further. Sorry.
Okay.
No.
So the
So
Revenant-
but right, the Revenant may have continued into the complex further before you guys got there. So
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Decker
I'll.
wants to go up these stairs right here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay. Those
let's
are the
do it.
stairs you guys went up before. So if you guys go up to the second floor, I will. No, just leave your tokens down there.
Okay.
Sorry. Because I'm gonna keep like 2 sets of tokens here. So let me just do that. All right. So you guys should on the second floor see
Yep.
yourselves.
We're back in the Blackwood room. Got it.
Yes, right. Which is where Deckard had heard that person. So you guys are in that. It's just like a hallway with those little alcoves in the corner. So
Door up right here.
yeah. So you didn't look down there yet. So let me do that. What you see is it.
I'm being like Sam Fisher right here.
Peeking around the corner.
Yeah.
All right. Are you being stealthy?
Yeah, I'm being quiet. That's
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Memento.
And then then I uncovered it. What you see is that hallway goes kind of down, and then it looks like it goes to the left and to the right, and then there's also a door on the hallway on the east side that looks like it's ajar.
Do you want us to hang back, Deckard?
14 to stealth. You don't have to. I mean, I'm being kind of sneaky. Deckard's kind of, if there's anything you sense about him, it's that he's almost like a little impatient. Like, he seemed much more interested in those ravens than, but he's OCD, and like when he plays Diablo, he has to bust every barrel. So he's checking everything out. You guys can follow. I rolled a 14.
Okay, so that I got that roll. Oh, so there's also a set of doorways here that you saw. So earlier you ran to this stairwell and looked out the window I'm pinging right now. This little window, that's where you saw the Vistani guy. You ran past doors that were closed here. You look down the hallway now to the north here, and you see a door that's slightly ajar, and then a hallway at the end that looks like it goes to the left and right.
All right, I'm going to go peek in this door here.
Okay. So you look in that room, and still being stealth. Keep your stealth check there. And let's see. You see 2 beds with torn canopies stand against opposite walls with a tattered rug lying on the floor between them. Set into the far wall is a fireplace black with soot. A soft hiss issues from the hearth. Like a hissing noise. It sounds like a tire that's just letting out air in a way.
Okay. And I don't see anyone in there?
Nope. Not from where you're standing.
Deckard pokes in and...
Yeah, and others, you guys can kind of move as we go if you want, just to kind of...
And he approaches the fireplace.
Okay, when you get within about 10 feet of the fireplace, just like that fire down below, this time you see the soot and the ash, sort of like, almost as if somebody like blew air on it, and it suddenly just like kind of...
Ignited.
Well, not ignited, but just the soot itself just sort of like burst up into the air into like a cloud, like as if somebody like blew on it. And then the cloud forms into a dragon that looks similar to the one you saw on the first floor, Deckard, but made of ash and smoke. And it kind of, the soot blows out of comes blowing out of the fireplace and kind of starts to obscure your view a little bit and stuff. And it's just kind of like flapping its wings in the fireplace.
Can I offer the dragon silver coins?
Yeah.
So I pull out 10 silver coins, and I give them to the dragon.
You hold out your hand, and it reels back just a little bit, just as you kind of move towards it, like kind of like instinctually, or like a dog that would be, maybe apprehensive about somebody approaching it. Then it kind of like dips and weaves around in the air, kind of sniffs at you, and then slowly, cautiously starts floating across the room, trying to keep its distance from most people, and is moving across the room.
So
this is
Ragnar
like
could
the
have.
dragon thing that we saw.
I got
Similar.
one of the swords. I got one of the swords that we took. So I'm going to pull that out.
Hey man, can you talk?
When you say that, it looks at you as you're making noises and saying things, but it just continues to kind of weave around in the air.
What were you saying, Ragnar?
I was going to say I have one of the silver dragon swords. So I'm going to pull it out and just
Literally
point to the... I'm going to point to the emblem on it. And I'm going to just look right at the dragon and say, "We're looking for the Order of the Silver Dragon."
So it like kind of like flitters around you when you do that, instead of avoiding you, it kind of like circles you a couple times and kind of sniffs at the hilt of the sword. And then it kind of moves towards the doorway, but it turns around and looks at you for a split second as it continues to like kind of swim through the air down the hallway.
Follow it.
Guess we're gonna follow the ash dragon, friends.
Okay. If you do, it follows the path that I'm kind of like taking it on right now. It goes down this hallway, and then it starts to go. Oop! Just made him go upside down. It starts to go up this stairwell, the one that Deckard had kind of looked out the window at. Yeah. Are you guys gonna go follow it up the staircase?
Yeah, brother.
I'm gonna look over my shoulder and just be like, lads, be ready for anything.
Did this thing just change?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's dark in here, guys.
Ah, shit.
We'll be fine.
Something's not right with this one.
I've heard that a lot in my life.
It's very scary.
Something's not right with this one.
This one.
I've heard that quite a lot.
Legacy lighting. There we go.
I've been talking this whole time on mute. Every time I get kicked off, it turns off the camera and mutes me.
Sorry, man.
We gotta figure that out. It just doesn't make any sense.
The combined brain power on this stream is so high.
Yeah, well,
We should be able to figure that out.
Reinstall Windows.
that's the Adam move, and it works most of the time.
There's all kinds of things about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some things that are obviously that don't really apply here, but there's a bunch of stuff that says that Discord's aware of it. It's an ongoing issue for...
Is Internet Explorer your default browser?
Mm-hmm.
There's your problem.
Oh, no, I use Chrome. I'm sorry. I don't...
Well,
I'm not
if you
used-
get a chance, give Edge a try. It's 30% faster in most studies done. So
Yeah.
What do you have?
Yeah.
Two setups in there, Punch? No? You got like a gaming setup and a work setup?
Yeah. Yeah, that's my work shit over there.
I like to use Ask Jeeves whenever I have a question.
oh god.
Good old James.
As Jeeves.
Yeah, you don't like Noodle Bib? Okay, that's
Hey,
fine.
what's Dan Astoria like when he's undressing some dude on a work call who's been an asshole?
Oh, I would fucking pay to see that.
Some subordinate that's just not doing their job.
Yeah, some lowly peon.
I'm not like that.
That's some little peon that hasn't done. Do you just scream, "Show me why I shouldn't fire you"?
Show me.
You're referring to me, right?
No.
Show
He's
me.
my boss, you know.
Show me something.
Dan's more subtle than that. He doesn't blow anybody up.
Sometimes that's
I
worse.
got yelled
though.
at for using too many dice. My feelings are still hurt from that.
Oh,
Yeah.
when you rolled the
You gotta lash
D700?
Yeah.
the D700.
Deckard was like, I gotta be a druid.
The wrath of Dan.
Yeah, it's the nice thing about being a druid. You get to use whatever dice you want whenever you
Amber,
want.
roll damage. Okay.
Roll a D1000.
I did all of the
Alright.
damage. That's
I
nice.
choose 10
Amber's
sided.
like, alright, I rolled damage.
Choose
Oh,
your own damage.
excellent.
It's like, I rolled damage. 1,311
You guys are ready
damage.
to go back to the office now?
What's that?
Uh,
I'm not
I'm
going.
in the circle of the damage, druids. Choose your own damage.
I have to pick a druid for my campaign with Amber this weekend. I haven't decided what druid I want to be yet.
Did that. That'd be three.
All right. I'm sorry. I need a second here. I don't know what's doing here.
Not bad. 1311.
There's
Third in.
What kind of druid is the druid that just turns into a bear all the time and kills everyone?
Circle of Moon is all about shape. That was what I was. My other druid was a constant shapeshifter.
So you want to be Malfurion?
The name of my druid is Wolfgar der Bären, and it's Wolfgar of the Bears in German.
Nice.
So he's just going to be turning into bears all the time. That's what he's going to do.
I keep
bear
meaning
shit
to
in
do
the
wild
woods.
shape, but it's like potions, right? You get the potions and you want to save them for the right time, But like, then you never wind up using the potions.
I love potions.
That's how I was with my bubble in Vanilla WoW on my paladin.
Never
I
wanted to use
used
it.
my bubble when I should have, because I was always saving it.
Right.
What,
Put it on cooldown.
what are you talking about, Will? What character?
My paladin in Vanilla WoW, I would duel people and like never use my shield because I was saving it when I should have used it on like the first stun as a trinket.
Oh, well, yeah, in vanilla probably. That's what I do. And now when I play most recently, somebody sneezes on me and I'm like, nope, got to use my bubble. Somebody sneezed on me, got a bubble.
And that was when you could bubble into Bop.
Right?
Yeah, before forbearance.
Sorry, Dan. I'm just making.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Is that working now? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I see a little nook.
Yeah, you got to zoom in a lot on this one. For now.
See it. Oh, I see. Oh, oops. All right, I got it.
Yeah.
Oh.
You couldn't even do that, Will, in Classic because they used the patch after that, where you couldn't bubble into Bop in Classic. They added they
use
which
like
is
the
like
BC, the pre-patch.
yeah.
Yep. All right, you guys are gonna have to zoom way in on this one. I've revealed a little bit of area there.
Okay. This is cool.
You went up the staircase, and the let me see where'd the little dragon guy go?
Does it smell different up here?
No. If anything, it's a little more it smells a little fresher in that it's been you're closer to the outdoor air of the roof, so to speak.
Yeah. Clearly, Dan prepares for my stupid questions now.
Yeah, he gave a really good description of the inside of
I
that
mean,
beer. It's like
that
he
was
prepared it.
clearly premeditated. He clearly.
So I could almost taste it. It was so good.
All right. So, is the whole group just following this smoky dragon? Is that what you're doing wherever it goes? Okay.
Yeah.
So you move down this hallway. There's a set of double doors to the left. The little dragon goes past it. It's moving towards this area further down the hallway that now looks like a lot of rubble. It looks like maybe the ceiling or the floor above has collapsed in here. And it turns the corner of this area into another area. And I need a 2-minute break. I'm sorry, I just got to go piss. And before we get into this next thing.
No,
So if you
cool.
need a
I'll go
break-
grab it.
Making it over this terrain, or is this like?
Yeah, it's not like anything you need to climb over. It's just shit all over the floor.
I'm gonna grab some
So
whiskey.
it's just like Crocus's
Same.
content.
Yeah, it's Crocus's opium den.
It's opium den.
Just an opium drug den.
You hate to say it.
Oh gosh.
Can I go get some bourbon?
Yeah.
All right, should I do Bibb and Tucker, Buffalo Trace, or Woodford?
Woodford.
Staple. Woodford is the staple.
I'm out of scotch, so I'm drinking vodka.
It's chaos in my house, dude.
Oh, I could imagine.
You have
Twins.
3, right, Bo?
Yeah,
Oh, I can't even imagine.
the twins are 18 months now, as of today.
Wow.
And, dude, they can climb anything. They can reach the counters. It's like, dude, it's whack-a-mole. Like, just to put it in perspective, like the other day I made myself breakfast over the weekend. Made myself some eggs and some toast, whatever. Set it down on the counter because I had to run up and Hillary needed something. I come back down. Emmett has gotten into the trash can. And he's got the carton of all the broken eggs in it. And he's doing this. Flings all the broken eggs everywhere. All the egg white. I'm like, oh my God. I get
Oh
that.
my god.
Clean it up. Get the trash can. Moved into the hallway. I'm like, all right. Get that done. I go back to the counter. I'm like, where did I put my breakfast? Where is it? Looking around for it, and then I see Luke in the corner. Whole breakfast just upside down on the floor. Winston eating it. I'm like, I'm gonna tear my hair out.
Dude,
Like-
especially for you, probably more so than anybody else here because of the close in age and the twins and all that. You're gonna get to a point where like they're grown up enough that they're kind of like, I don't want to say that they don't need you because they need you for years and years, but like, you know, they'll be a little more independent.
Right.
And I'm telling you, dude, it's just gonna be one day, and you're gonna wake up and be like, "What? I have so much freedom now. This is crazy. I don't even know what to do with myself."
Yeah.
Because you're gonna spend so many years doing what you're doing. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't even fathom that. Like
Yeah.
right now,
and both of you working. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't.
we're getting used to it. It's just, it's like, it's why people want us to hang out on like a weeknight, and we're like, no.
No.
When 8:30 comes around, like I literally would rather stare at a wall than come over to your house and talk to you. And
I get it.
like, I don't have the energy.
I get it.
If my daughter doesn't go to sleep at the exact right time, I start freaking out, climbing walls, throwing shit. I'm just yelling at my wife. I'm like, the responsibility portion of the day has to end. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
How old-
the responsibility portion is over.
How old's your daughter? So,
She's about 17 months, maybe. Yeah,
Oh,
17
you're
months.
right. Same boat. Like,
Right there. Grabbing
now-
stuff off the
now it's not
table.
keeping them alive. It's making sure they don't kill themselves. Like that's what happens when they learn to walk.
Right.
She reached into a cabinet, and I guess we didn't remember that it was there. There was a long, like this long barbecue fork. She pulled it out, and it was like she was holding a sword. She's like,
That actually sounds like the perfect D&D monster. Toddler with a fork.
like if she would.
Terrifying.
I never moved so fast in my life. I grabbed it, ripped it out of my hands.
That is
Oh my
something that you
God.
would find in Barovia.
That's
on
that's
brand.
Blinsky's next toy. Infant
Yeah.
with
Oh.
meat fork.
Actually,
Let's
that
get no
sounds like
problems.
Sleeping gun. Excellent.
that sounds like my brother Dan's next one-shot character.
I
An infant with a fork.
like it. I like
Lie
it.
to
But he's
ones.
like a super genius and can already talk.
Little
and everything.
Yeah.
Little sister.
Lie to
Fighter
ones,
class.
brother.
Like-
Ragnar.
His flaw is that he requires a nap every 3 hours.
You have to have cold milk at all
Short
times.
rest.
Yeah, short rest every 3
Hey, at
hours.
least Gordon wouldn't be the only person pooping himself.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
All right. So this little smoke dragony thing. I always forget if I have pictures. I do. Could have showed you guys a picture of what this thing looks like.
That's all right. I didn't show anybody pictures of anything I talked about during Owlbear Run. Oh, wow. That,
Yeah, you did. I remember Whoopi Goldberg being one of them.
that
Yeah,
was when I...
Whoopi. There was an arrow with David Hasselhoff's face.
That looks
That
really
is
cool.
so cool looking.
Smoke me fit.
It also looks like a little goblin-y in a way. His face.
Yeah.
I love it though.
I don't know if I would have followed him if I knew he looked like that.
Yeah, that's just go with my description. All right, so you roll around the corner, and all right, if you're going to continue to follow him, it opens up into a really large room over here to the west. You guys good with that?
Mhm.
Just walking right in.
Yeah, it's like Crocus's condo.
Okay. As the little smoke dragon, smoke mephit thing kind of goes up over the rubble, it poofs into a cloud of soot and disappears once it enters this room.
Who the fucking it? Cause what the fuck is that?
Kind of looks like the Baron.
The west wall of this 50-foot long, 30-foot wide audience hall has crumbled, leaving a gaping hole in a pile of rubble. Weapons and shields that once hung from the walls have fallen to the floor and succumbed to rust. A large wooden throne, carved to resemble a dragon with unfolding wings, faces 3 tall windows to the west. Slumped in the throne is a gaunt, armored figure with one gauntlet wrapped around the hilt of a greatsword. Very fancy-looking greatsword.
Thanos.
Yeah, you're not far off, man, from that image. So,
That's all we see.
He's
Okay.
alive.
it's a figure, like kind of slumped over. Its head is sort of down, and it's holding this great sword, kind of holding it upright. It's like into the ground.
Deckard is going to try and stealth up behind him and
Okay.
steal the sword.
Oh
right.
no!
Make a stealth check for 1.
I don't know about this.
This is what I pay to see.
15.
So are you like
A
gonna
what?
go
Fif-
against a wall?
Yeah, I mean, I'm stealthing whatever I need to do. Because he's facing here, right?
No, I'm sorry. He's facing out towards where you guys are coming in.
Well, I thought he was turned away from me. Okay, so I'd still want to.
No, it's like this is like a throne room audience chamber where you would walk up to the king or whoever and talk to him.
I was looking at the chair the wrong way. I thought the chair was facing this way, and we were like behind him. Is he like sleeping?
Well, unless you get closer, it's hard to really tell.
But you said he's
Alright,
like
I'm
slumped
going
over,
to try
like not
and
looking at
sneak
us.
up on him as if he's sleeping.
All right. Okay, so you walk up to him, and as you get closer, it is motionless.
I would
For
be
what that's
following
worth.
Deckard at this point.
Are either of you, Juniper or Lark, being quiet as well, or are you just walking in now?
Definitely being quiet.
Okay, so-
Juniper's creeping in.
Okay, make stealth checks.
I'm just standing there, like, wondering what the hell everybody's doing.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that.
Thanks, Doug.
I'm standing right there.
All right,
I thought it was
so
one.
Alaric, you kind of quietly climb up over the rubble as well. This figure remains motionless. Juniper, you, as small as you are, there's a couple little boards and stuff that you're walking across that seem to make crunchy noises as you're getting closer. And suddenly, this figure lifts its head up. It looks over towards. It looks up. It looks towards you, and then moves its head towards Alaric and Deckard, and then like half droops its head down again and says,
Oh my god!
"Go away."
So that's not good.
You're not Vladimir, are you?
Are you way over there, Sparkle? Are you shouting at him from the other
Did I
room?
not hear him? I'm sorry. Would be.
No, you. Let's see. You're 40, 50. Yeah, no, you didn't really hear that. You did maybe notice that Juniper was making a little bit of noise as she was scrambling towards, and you could see some movement now suddenly at the throne.
Okay, if I see some movement, I'm gonna just kind of make my way that way.
Okay, so you all are kind of like encircling this throne as this figure like half lifted its head up and said, "Go away."
I
As
didn't
you
say
go-
that I didn't hear that. I mean, I don't want to be like host. But
Yeah,
I'm
no.
curious either way. I'm curious if that didn't tip me off to say is this potentially Vladimir. But I do ask. I'll just say, are you Vladimir, perchance?
His hand that was kind of holding the sword slides up towards the hilt and grabs it now. And it sort of grip tightens around it as you guys are starting to sort of surround him, so to speak. And he speaks again in this like spooky voice. He says, if you have come to destroy me, know this. I perished defending this land from evil over 4 centuries ago, and because of my failure, I am forever doomed. If you destroy this body, my spirit will find a new corpse to inhabit, and I will hunt you down, every one of you. You cannot free me from my damnation, nor would I wish it.
That's fine.
And if you have come to free this land from the creature that feasts on the blood of the innocent, know this. There is no monster I hate more than Strahd von Zarovich. He slew Argynvost, broke the life of the knight I loved, and destroyed the valiant order to which I devoted my life. But Strahd has already died once. He can't be allowed to die again. Instead, he must suffer eternally in a hell of his own creation, from which he can never escape. Whatever can be done to bring him misery and unrest, I will do. But I will destroy anyone who tries to end his torment.
Amen. And
Yeah.
also with you.
Amen. I like that.
Yeah,
That's
this
a lot of
guy's awesome.
information. Yeah.
So, does the name Piotr mean anything to you?
Says my knight, Petor. Yes.
Great friend of mine, lad. Great friend, and he told me to come here.
For what purpose?
We are going to destroy Strahd, lad. We're going to end his reign of terror.
He stands
Maybe
up and
not destroy.
he draws his sword and says, I cannot allow that.
Destroy or end his reign of terror. We can work out the details, lad. But either way, we want to bring peace back to the land.
This land is damned for eternity. There is no way to bring peace.
Is there a way to escape it?
For me and my knights, there is no way.
What
For
about
you,
for the people of the town?
that I do not know.
Well, I'm interested in helping the free people that we've come across in this land. Can you help us with that? We will make Strahd suffer as much as you want.
A noble cause, but not my fight.
It's useless.
Can you give us information? What are Strahd's weaknesses? What are some things that he wouldn't want us to know?
There you go.
Adam, you're muted.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay.
Now I can hear you.
Now we
Now
can.
we can.
It just seems like my thing's not lighting up when I'm talking, so.
No,
wanna make sure you
Discord's
can hear
been Discord's weird lately with picking up sound. So go
Okay.
into your sound settings and check out your sensitivity because I think they might have changed something.
Okay.
You were about to say, we'd ask you if there's a way out of here, and you said for you, but didn't finish that. Is there a way out of here for us? We're not from here.
He says that much is clear. My captain, Sir Godfrey. He may know more.
Where can we find Sir Godfrey?
He is in the he is close nearby. He's in the room to the north, and if you can convince him of your intentions, he may have more information. But my plight is to sit here and live out my eternal damnation in these
Useless.
Forsaken
It's
lands.
fucking useless.
I have
I'm
a question. I have a question for him. Out of character, did we get it? We didn't get his name, did we?
I was just gonna say we don't know his name, right?
We
No,
didn't
you
get
did
it,
not.
right?
I don't
Okay.
think anybody asked him his name. Or...
Okay, so I'm gonna ask. I was gonna say, good sir, we didn't get your name. We've been rude. Might we have your name? My name's Ragnar, from another land from here. Love to know yours.
He says, the small one was correct in his assumption that I am Vladimir Horngard,
Vladimir,
First-
oh, sorry.
first knight of Lord Argynvost in my living years.
I want to show him the green gem that I have.
Real quick before you do that, I got a specific question for him. So, Vladimir, during your time among the living, did you know of the city or town known as Berez?
Yes, Berez was once a quaint village. Years in my time, it was a peaceful village.
What happened to it? We passed through there recently.
Like much of this land, it has been corrupted and destroyed by the vile Lord Zarovich.
Was there anything involving a witch or a hag?
I do not know. There are many vile creatures across this land who have come to themselves with the Dark Lord.
When we went to Berez, we encountered a hag named Baba Lasaga. And she had a hut with an illusion of a baby in it. Does any of that ring a bell?
No, more tricks and deception from Zarovich.
She mentioned that she was the mother of a king or something, some other gibberish her drug-addled mind conjured up. Does any of that ring a bell?
No, there's no king that I know of.
Okay.
No.
Pardon me, but some of your knights don't seem to be quite remember. I don't know. Don't have their minds about them. We encountered some of them below, and they attacked us, even though we let them know we were enemies of Strahd. If we seek out Godfrey, is he going to, or might he be in a similar state?
My knights have, their souls have been tortured for 4 centuries, unable to fulfill their oath of vengeance, nor escape their souls escape to where they should go. So I can't say of all of the order, Sir Godfrey seems to be the most reasonable, so to speak, the most stable of the rest of my knights. As the years go on, they continue to lose their sense of humanity.
Is there,
He
is there
said-
no way we can help you? Sorry, Amber.
That's right. Good. Sorry.
There is no help for us that I know of.
I'm going to ask him who he prays to. Who is your god, Vladimir?
The gods have left this land. There are no gods, just the devil himself.
You have once sworn an oath. You must be a man of the cloth or faith.
My oath was to my liege, Sir Argynvost, but unfortunately he was destroyed.
What do you know about the light, lad?
The light is gone. And he bows his head down again when you say that, and he says, Go away.
Is he physical? Like, is he like of this plane, or is he of a different plane? I want to cast lay on hands on him.
Okay. He looks like he's
Is he
not
ethereal?
like an illusion or a ghost. No, he looks like he has substance to him.
Talk
So
about
I-
inhabiting corpses, so I think he's physical.
So I want to slowly walk up to him, very, very slowly, with my hands up, and I want to place a hand on him and cast lay on hands.
Okay. And so to be clear, he seems to be in the same form as the revenants that you fought in the chapel,
Sure.
for as much as that's worth. So as you get close and you try to put your hands towards him, he draws his greatsword back and he says, "I do not wish to destroy you all, but I will. Do not touch me. Leave this place now."
Not everybody likes to be touched.
Throughout all this, Alaric has not said anything, of course. All he's been doing is staring at the greatsword.
Yeah, that'd be a sick piece of loot. Yeah, oh yeah.
Jennifer kind of pipes up from the back nervously, and she says, "Well, you said that you wanted Strahd to experience a hell of his own making. What do you mean by that?"
These lands are his eternal hell.
So you want him to continue wreaking havoc on the lands?
If that makes him suffer, that
He
is
doesn't
better
seem
than
like he's suffering very much.
What do you think would make him suffer?
his allies destroyed, his plans thwarted, anything to, as the small woman is saying, take away from his reign of terror. But there's only so much that we can do.
Vladimir, would you say that Strahd is a prisoner in this land himself?
That is what we believe.
So
I wanna-
who imprisoned Strahd?
I want to cast Cure Wounds on this guy.
He's undead.
Trying to touch him.
Yeah.
That's-
So
that's-
what happens if I? So what?
You're not supposed to cast Cure on undead.
Why? What happens?
It hurts them.
Well, I guess he got a sword.
Do we know that?
That's Ragnar's
Go ahead.
intuition.
I mean, you are a man of the cloth. I would say with advantage, make a religion check.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you know it's probably not a good idea to cast a holy spell on an undead thing.
Or it's the best idea ever.
Yeah, or that.
All right, I have one more question for him.
Deckard's been right
Vladimir. Oh,
the whole
sorry, go
time.
ahead.
Just kind of looking at him, like just listening. Deckard kind of takes his crossbow, pops his hat up a little bit with it, and says, "Well, man, I'm trying to understand what's your purpose. Why are you just gonna sit here forever? Like, what? You got to be trying to accomplish something,
What's
or are you
purpose?
just gonna sit here forever?"
As long as Strahd remains trapped in this realm, I feel I'm fulfilling my duty. If I can't see my knights' souls at rest, the next best thing we can do is to make sure Strahd continues to suffer.
So
who
do you-
trapped him here?
I'm confused. Do you think that he's trying to get out of here?
It sounds like he wants his knights to have their souls at rest, and then once he has his soldiers taken care of, he'll be free to rest as well. At least that's what I'm gathering from
Kill
it.
him, take the sword, give it to Alaric, and then let's be done with it.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't think that's a good idea. I think
I'll
he's
fix it.
I think he's keeping Strahd anchored into this realm. We need to know more before we start stealing people's swords. Let's talk to Godfrey.
We need to
He's
find
not going
Doc
anywhere.
Emmett
We can always
Brown
come
so we
back.
can go back to fucking Faerun is what we need to find. Get out of this hellhole.
Get in the DeLorean.
Yeah. Let's go 88.
Vladimir,
can I use
have
my
you ever
Hearthstone?
heard of the Wachter family?
I have not.
No, they claim to be an ancient family in these lands.
Vladimir, why do you look like Stephen King's It? Yeah. Yeah, he does, right?
I cannot help you. Please.
Good.
talk
We can't
to
help you
Sir-
either. We'll see you later, okay? Have a good one. Bye. Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye, Vladdy.
And he puts his head back down and holds the sword the way he was when you guys walked in.
Sad.
Before Ragnar leaves, he's going to
Sad.
just look at Vladimir and say, "Remember your honor, lad. We're going to call on you again, and I'm hoping that you answer the bell." And I'm going to just turn my back on him and walk away.
All right. And he sits there silent as you guys walked in the almost exact same position.
Go see this Godfrey.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. Where are you guys going to head?
He said to the north, right?
I think it's this room here.
Yeah, probably. What, Dan? What's this over here? That's just, or do we not see that yet? Doors or not?
Yeah, so if you guys, Juniper and Ragnar, you're in this hallway, you can see all the way down. So there's another set of doors over there, a set of double doors on the north wall, and then well, I revealed too much of that, so fuck me. And another door at the end of the hallway, which you guys don't know, but goes to a staircase.
We assumed anyway, so it's fine. It was symmetrical.
Are you heading towards that door, Ragnar?
I think we need to talk to this Godfrey.
Yeah.
All right, so Ragnar's kind of on a mission, but doesn't want to burst into the door like a bull in a china shop. So I'm going to, I guess, try to gingerly, stealthily open the door.
Try knocking first. It's polite.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You guys all good with that?
Yeah. It sounds good. I think we got to find Godfrey.
So I'll knock on the door and I'll just say, "Sir Godfrey."
You hear movement, a lot of movement suddenly, like the sound of a bunch of feet scuffling and people sort of like moving around in a room. And you hear footsteps coming towards the door, and then someone on the other side of the door in this sort of this creepy hollow voice again says, "Why do the living disturb the dead?" You're muted, Andrew.
So I'll answer him. "We're looking for Sir Godfrey. Vladimir said we should speak to you."
The door opens. You see another revenant, well-dressed, in a fine sort of chainmail. Still has quite a bit of his hair and looks somewhat sort of intact for a revenant. The room beyond, I'll show you the room now. Behind him, you see several other of the similar sort of revenant types.
Oh, wow.
Is he the one? That one? Okay, yeah.
And
Right back.
yep.
Have a good night.
Also through the room, what you see is through dust and cobwebs, you see faded war banners adorning the walls of a spacious chamber, in the center of which stands a heavy wooden table. An iron chandelier hangs above the table, which is surrounded by 6 high-backed chairs with wood-carved dragons perched atop them. Slumped in 4 of the chairs are skeletal humans. Well, they're not slumped in the chairs now. They've sort of stood up. Ragnar, Juniper, you're the ones in the doorway?
Yeah, it's Ragnar and Juniper.
Yeah,
Okay.
Juniper stepped
Ra-
away for a sec.
Okay, Ragnar, make a perception check. Okay. You notice that the one of the revenants that's at the table, standing now at the table, is the one that you shouted out to down in the chapel and who ran up the stairs.
Okay, great. And this guy standing in the doorway in front of me?
Yep, and he's asking you what you want.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of look at him, and I'm gonna look at the one that we saw downstairs, and kind of nod at him. And I'm gonna say, "Are you Sir Godfrey? We're here looking for the Order of the Silver Dragon. We're enemies of Strahd, like I told your friend at the table."
He looks up and he says, "Vladimir sent you."
We just got done speaking with him, lad. He said we should speak to you if we needed help and needed information. Like I said, enemies of Strahd.
Well, you live, so I believe at least half of what you say. I am Sir Godfrey Gwillem.
What happened to your nose, lad?
It's crazy looking.
So he said he believes half of what I said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Godfrey, I myself, I'm a traveling archaeologist, and I heard about the sacred temple of Argynvost. I got stuck in this cursed land. Learn about all these bad things that Strahd's been doing, and we want to put a stop to it. We just left the ruins of Berez. We fought a hag, and I think we saw an apparition of a battle that happened a long time ago. There was an army and a dragon flying.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
And then again, right?
Yep. You can also right-click on the dice and select advantage. Okay, the 16's good. His creepy, sunken red eyes start to glint almost when you mention this battle. He said, and he seems to really sort of focus on you for a second. But first he turns and he says, Alec and Boris, go check with Vladimir that what these people say is true. And two of the revenants that are at the table start walking past you guys. Do you get out of the way? Do you guys move?
Yeah, and I say,
Yeah.
don't move too fast, lad.
Respectfully move.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Sir Godfrey walks back to the. So they walk out, and then Sir Godfrey walks back to the table where the other two are, and he says, "Come in."
Godfrey, can we all come in?
Yes.
We don't want to overwhelm you. Thank you.
If your story checks out with Lord Vladimir, we can parlay.
Hi, my name's
Deckard-
Juniper.
He nods, kind of
Deckard takes
respectfully.
his hat off, sets it on the table, puts his feet up on the table, sitting in the chair.
He seems to appreciate. He appreciates the respect or the act of respect.
Gordon really has to fart, but doesn't.
Oh, respectful.
Wow,
That is respectful.
Why don't we all hear?
That's a new chapter for you.
Do we all hear his stomach make that inside fart noise?
No.
Yeah, the inverted fart. You do hear the inverted fart.
Where it's
yes.
He looks super uncomfortable.
I do ask if there's any grub. Oh, you guys have any grub around here? Anything to eat? The wolf gets a little hungry.
apologies. We do not require food anymore in our current state.
Ah, how do you keep all that meat on them bones then, huh?
Sadly, this isn't the body I was born in. I found many to inhabit.
Hey, Godfrey, that's what I tell everyone too.
Deckard and Alaric make perception checks. And Thoradin, sorry.
Oh, fuck.
14.
Okay, Alaric, you notice that you are kind of and you particularly, Alaric, are the revenant in the back corner is Peter.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, so I mean,
you made it.
They probably all look like kind of somewhat.
Oh, yeah, look
similar, I
alike.
would assume, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it might be why we didn't notice it right away.
It's dark in here too. They're all kind of like crowded around this old table and stuff. But as you
Yeah.
kind of moved over into the corner and you were kind of talking to Gwillem and walked closer to the table and you saw the one sitting in the corner, you're certain that it's the revenant that you guys first met when you got to Barovia.
Okay.
Give him a secret handshake.
Okay.
Show me something.
You guys just sitting here all day, or
I'm
do you,
good.
you guys do anything?
It is our lot in life to remain and
I mean, you guys play cards, you roll dice. I mean, do you play dominoes? What do you do?
these frivolities are not something we can enjoy in
Oh.
our state.
Well, you're in a state of everlasting life right now, and you're trapped in here, and it seems like you guys had an oath. Why aren't you carrying out your oath?
Ooh.
Lord Vladimir interprets our oath as to make sure that Strahd is never able to leave these lands, but otherwise, that's all we do. This is I don't know who you're talking to. Are you talking to Gwillem, or are you talking to any of them, or?
I was just talking to Willem.
Oh, so Gwillem is yeah. So he kind of shares that little bit, but that, yep. So that's what he says. And
So
that
Alaric's
Peter
gonna-
looks at. Yeah, go ahead, Alaric.
I'm sorry. I was just after I figured out that was Peter. Alaric's gonna kind of, since he was close to him, he's gonna kind of grab, like, put his hand on Deckard's shoulder and whisper and be like, and point and be like, "Isn't that Peter?"
Oh, man.
Who? I'm sorry, I'm an idiot and I don't remember anything. Who all was not here when we first came here?
Amber and Ragnar.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I mean Juniper and Ragnar.
Yeah.
Black one was here,
Not anymore.
but he's dead now.
No, he's dead now.
Living in that eternal opium den.
Table and his arm crossed.
No, they
That's
Ain't
one
got
of the
no
layers
opium
of
where he's at,
the
trust
abyss,
me.
right? Is Crocus's opium den? That's like the 666th layer of the abyss, I think. Elminster went there one time, and he said there was like a lot of taquitos on the ground. It's like White Claw cans.
But when Alaric says that to Deckard, he's sitting there with his arms crossed, kind of like he looks over and he does like this, like, "Oh hell, man, you ain't kidding! It's a rattlesnake in a fire pit." And it's like that's Peter. Hey, man.
He looks
honestly, I just wanted Will to go, "Hey, Peter, man."
Hey, Peter, man.
Like,
Watch out for your bunghole.
That pig.
When you recognize him, he leans over to Gwillem, Godfrey Gwillem, the guy that you talked to, or the leader guy. He says, "Sir Gwillem, these are the travelers who I encountered at the edge of the mist. They first claimed to be allies of Strahd and attacked me.
Oh.
However, I think they were confused and later convinced me otherwise. I suggested they seek counsel with Lord Vladimir so that he may decide their usefulness or intent for himself. So Godfrey takes that as an endorsement, and despite the other two revenants not coming back yet, he does turn to you all and he says, "Okay, I understand, and you are not from these lands, and I believe what you say. So what can I help you with?"
Well, I guess the big fellow over there said you might know how we can get out of here. Out of this godforsaken land.
Well, let me tell you what I know about Strahd and our patron of the order. Many years ago, Strahd drove his enemies into this valley. He was determined to annihilate them, and the last thing he expected to encounter was a silver dragon. Strahd was a ruthless conqueror then, but was yet immortal. This was before his transformation and whatever curse befell these lands, which we do not understand ourselves. The dragon, who called himself Argynvost, had come to the valley earlier in the guise of a nobleman named Lord Argynvost. The dragon knew of a nearby place called the Amber Temple. It is a repository of tremendous evil power guarded by forces of good. And Argynvost wanted to make sure that whatever was trapped inside the Amber Temple wouldn't be allowed to escape. So he built this fortified mansion, Argynvost Hold, close by. Like many silver dragons, Argynvost was extraordinarily wealthy, and he was comfortable living among humans while disguised as one of them. He used his resources to attract other champions of good, and valorous knights flocked to the valley in order to join Lord Argynvost's prestigious Order of the Silver Dragon. Only those who were initiated into the order, myself and the others you see here, were told of Lord Argynvost's true nature. Myself and my fellow knights who still reside in this cursed place. During the war between Strahd and his foes, the Order of the Silver Dragon drove away malefactors searching for the Amber Temple. It also sheltered Strahd's enemies and proved more than a match for Strahd's battle-weary soldiers. But the early victories of the Order didn't win the war. Even with Argynvost, a great silver dragon, on their side, the knights were ultimately overwhelmed when Strahd's reinforcements swept into the valley. Those forces slew the last of the knights and battled the dragon inside Argynvost Hold. After, and he pauses, and it's hard for him to get this out even in his undead state. He says, after the dragon was slain, Strahd had its corpse hacked to pieces, stripped to the bone, and taken as a trophy. The whereabouts are unknown to this day, but they are surely not in the hallowed place where they belong. Since our great dragon master's death, Argynvost Hold has become a haunted ruin, a former bastion of nobility, and light turned into a place of desolation and unrest. My liege, who you've met, Lord Vladimir, prevents access to the Amber Temple to this day. But I believe if you're seeking to go home or go leave these lands or whatever it is, but I do not know for certain, but the Amber Temple contains the darkest, most powerful secrets about Strahd and this realm. But the evil and danger are too great to allow anyone to enter there.
Does he stop talking?
Sorry, yes.
He just
Godfrey.
keeps going.
No, I didn't want to interrupt. Godfrey, I got a question for you, and it's going to be a sensitive subject, but you deserve to know. You said Argynvost was slain by Strahd's pen, and you said that they hacked the body to pieces, and it wasn't laid to rest where it should have been. Well,
He's nodding.
we encountered a hag in the ruins of Berez, and I think she might have been using Argynvost's bones. I think that some of those bones could be recovered, and you could give your friend a proper burial, if that's something that you'd be interested in.
He and the other knights in the room, when you mention this, they all start to, they seem like just outraged and angry and kind of slamming their heads on the table and like that they've never heard of this and are very upset. It's disturbing to them that some hag and Sir Godfrey kind of calms his knights, and he says, if what you say is true, it would be extremely important to our order that those bones were put in their proper burial place. It is not something I feel we can do, and I don't know if you're right, but that would be extremely important to us.
Well, Godfrey, I don't know how many dragons are in these lands, so my guess would be that it has something to do with your friend. But just know that we beat the shit out of that witch and killed her pretty good. So rest assured.
So you have what you believe to be the remains of Lord Argynvost.
The skull, at least.
Well, the skull is where we fought the witch.
And you have this skull.
We don't, but we can tell you where it's at.
Yeah, it's pretty big. We weren't able to carry it, but
It's pretty big. She was flying around in it.
she was using it as a vehicle.
Like Super Mario Brothers with Bowser, he uses that thing to fly around. You might be familiar.
Like Bowser.
It sounds. Lord Argynvost was a grand silver dragon, and so the skull would be rather large. If you could at all aid in putting it in its rightful place, I'm sure that it could only be helpful.
Where would you need it? Where would you want it interred?
I believe on these grounds, somewhere, and he seems confused, and he's looking around at his other knights, and he says, a mausoleum, a burial chamber of some sort, is somewhere on these grounds, but it's been so long since we've left. Perhaps you could find it. That would make sense.
I think we can help you with that, Godfrey. I think I've met a few dragons in my day, and I think putting a silver dragon into its rightful resting place could only be a good thing. I don't know about the rest of you lads.
All up here, man. We had to either scale a mountain or do a half day's travel.
Travel because someone was afraid of spiders. But yeah, Juniper is all on board with putting an animal to rest. One of the things out in nature, and she looks appalled when they told the story about it being chopped apart and all of that, so she's very much interested in that.
The Amber Temple.
Yes.
What does it house? Do you know where it is, what it houses that?
Only Lord Argynvost himself knew the great evils and great power in the Amber Temple. I would be able to tell you where to find it, But Lord Vladimir, in his current state, will not allow any mortal to have access to the powers there, in fear that they would be used for malicious intent.
But we told you where the bones are.
How might we change his mind?
Deckard
Could he
cocks
be
his crossbow.
persuaded?
I do not know.
So what do you mean he does not letting anybody in there? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's he
That
gonna
was.
do?
There is only one way to the Amber Temple, and Lord Vladimir keeps it blocked.
Yeah, but if he
So-
doesn't leave the chamber, then he's not going to be able to do anything to us.
Yeah, but there's probably like a password or something, or a magic code.
He could have any sort of surprises in store for us. Godfrey, what do you think, if anything, would restore Vladimir's faith in fighting for a good cause? You knew him best.
You claim to know the remains of Lord Argynvost. Putting him to rest may change the temperament of Lord Vladimir.
It's an option.
Anything else you want? Cigarettes? Ice cream? What else you want while I'm running out?
Well,
Do you know where the entrance to the temple or the blocked entrance is?
It is through Solanka Pass, well deep into the mountains to the south.
So, Godfrey, I'm going to ask you a question, and it's going to be an uncomfortable one. Vladimir seems to want this cycle of torment to just keep spinning. He wants Strahd to suffer. I, for one, I can't speak for everyone in my group, but I want to see the people, the free people of this land, free from his reign. And I want to put a stop to Strahd. Are you on board with that, or do you want to keep Strahd alive the way Vladimir does?
I must follow the lead of Lord Vladimir, and if his wishes are for Strahd to remain in these lands and stay in this torment, that is what I must do.
But you didn't say that's what you want.
He bows his head, he puts his head down a little bit, and he says, "That is true."
We all serve someone. Let me ask you this. Vladimir made a comment about Strahd being a prisoner in these lands, possibly. Who could have imprisoned him?
That we do not know. But just as our own souls don't leave this land, we feel Strahd is somehow bound himself. Make another Arcana check. Or history, I guess, whichever one you feel like.
I'd rather do history if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, go for history because
I'm a history guy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, and you seem to know a little bit about revenants when you came in here. You know that what these knights are revenants, and that typically a revenant when it dies and becomes reincarnated into another body has a limited amount of time to carry out its act of vengeance before its soul goes to wherever souls go. So the fact that all of these knights have been around for 4 centuries doesn't add up to you. Meaning that I'd say you're piecing together the fact that there's something strange about this realm, that souls themselves can't even go on to another plane or life or afterlife or anything. So maybe there's a tie there.
So I know that. Can I share that with the group?
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna grab another drink. I need 1 minute.
Okay.
Yes, stuff, so.
I'm in earshot. I'm gonna grab a drink too, but I can hear.
Okay.
I don't think we're gonna persuade Godfrey to do anything other than Vladimir's will by their.
Ultimately, I think if we show them the dragon bones and they get their dragon bones back, I think they're going to be like, all right, we'll let you go in the Amber Temple. All right.
I think if we drag the bones here, I think that's gonna wake Vladimir up.
I wonder if we could.
We could do it.
Oh, we'll get the ravens to help. Oh, wait.
Well, none of those were were-ravens.
They're all... Oh, that's right. Good call.
So, Thoradin, do you remember when we were in Berez?
Yes.
And you tried to call on your god?
Yep.
And I told you guys all this stuff that I just said about the history check. So, did you notice that you were having trouble reaching your god?
Aye.
And I think the witch said something too. The witch said that your puny god won't hear you here.
Probably because I had a bad roll.
What do you guys know about the mists?
What do you want to know about the mists?
I'm not mists.
I don't know, lads. I woke up here. I woke up in this cursed land. But I've heard mention of mists and somebody just...
Yeah, we
mentioned
got
it.
here, we killed an evil wizard, and we all passed out, and then we woke up here. That's what happened to us.
So, these revenants should have expired by now. They get a limited amount of time. The fact that they're still here, troubling. And now I see you can commune with your god. What do you think that means?
Strahd's maybe hold is breaking or weakening.
Or somehow he's keeping them here in torment.
I don't think souls can leave this land.
Oh,
10 days left.
that's a because of Strahd. Perhaps.
Time you like, but you can't ever leave.
Revenants shouldn't last 4 centuries.
So if we follow that line of logic, let's say that Strahd is the one who's keeping them here in torment. Then our only way to escape is to end Strahd. If there's something else that's keeping them here besides Strahd, which I think probably, then maybe that's the key to our escape as well.
Oh, it's like Hotel California. You can't leave.
All right, the other 2 revenants come back in, and they stand in the corner. And Godfrey looks up, and he kind of waves them off, and he says, Petor has already vouched for our friends here, and they claim to know the whereabouts of Lord Argynvost's remains. And so the revenant, the other 2 revenants who he referred to as, I think, Alec and something else.
Alec and Baldwin, something like that.
Alec Baldwin. Alec and Boris, they sort of just stand in the corner then. Or what would you guys like to do?
So if we bring you this dragons, sorry, somebody else have something?
Hmm.
Well, should we go get this dragon skull?
Aye, they want their dragon bones, which I think would make some fine dragon soup, but instead we'll bring them their dragon bones.
We can do nothing with the bones themselves. They must be put in their proper place. I appreciate if you bring them back, but there's nothing. We cannot leave this building.
Yeah,
I think we have to inter them.
We figured you guys weren't really going to be much of help. That's okay. We figured as much.
Where again do we bury this thing?
I think there was a mausoleum on the grounds that we're supposed to find and maybe put his body in. I think that's what they suggested to us.
Yeah.
Well, I can bring Snickers down to the, the skull and start towing it back. I don't know if one of you spell wielding folks can do something to make it lighter.
I could have Holyfield come help.
Oh, Holyfield, that'd be good. That he's a good. That's a good guy right there. Bring him. He's uglier than a bulldog on a meat truck, but he can come join us.
Yeah.
Because they're all amazing, and I want a book of them. The wit and wisdom of Deckard, the owl bear keeper.
A bulldog on a meat truck.
Wait,
That's
wisdom.
amazing.
Steak and
I want
fire pit.
one of those books, one of those like little Deckard quote books from my bathroom.
Yeah, that would be good.
Perfect toilet reading.
Man, he moved
Like
quicker
a,
than
like a rattlesnake in a boot.
He moved quicker than a snake in a fire pit.
Magic Hugs meets D&D.
Yes, that's it. That's perfect.
Really,
All right, so what do you guys want to do?
Is it sort of based on like a? Is this a kind of a Chaw type of creation in your mind at all?
no, he was not. Deckard was not originally supposed to be this weird. But I got so, and it's hard to play. I've played him wrong. He's not supposed to be dumb. I actually have average intelligence. I have 10 intelligence. So the charisma thing is just supposed to be like he says the dumbest crap where everyone just looks at each other like, what the hell does that mean? Like, rattlesnake in a fire pit? Well, what?
But we get it. It comes through.
I didn't plan on eating teeth and pissing and shitting on everything, but here we are.
Yep.
All
All
right.
right. So is that what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Is that,
So what do I want to do? I want to get out of this room. That's what I want to do. I don't want to spend any more time. I can handle this adventure. I can't handle this room. That's what it is. Okay.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
I'm walking. I'm walking out.
Out of the room. Okay, you walk out of the room. Are you guys going further into this place, leaving this place?
I
Yeah.
leave that to the group, but I'm out.
So,
All right.
do we wanna? Well, okay.
Thoradin just turns around, like kind of everybody's talking. He's like, "All right, we're good. We figured this out. Can we go?" And he just walks out the door.
it's like the Lark moment.
Deckard comes out and sneaks over here again.
Uh-huh.
And peeks in the corner to see if old Vladimir here is catching some Z's again.
Same deal.
Sleepy Vlad. Sleeping. That's all he does. He sleeps. Probably too much.
He comes back around. We'll come back there later once we got what we need.
I don't know. I'm fine with just heading that way. If you guys want to explore more, I don't know how many friendly things we're gonna encounter here.
I don't think it makes sense to loot the place now that we're like kind of friends with them.
Deckard,
You know,
Deckard,
do the quest and then maybe we'll just steal their stuff later.
Deckard throws the Sentinel, the Ferandi Sentinel, this way
Ooh.
to see what's in here.
Ooh.
Wait. Say, what are you doing?
You know, from Heroes of the Storm, the Sentinel.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
You get one
covers
of
the
those
crowd.
things? You get one
I
of those
sent you a
things?
message, Will.
Okay. Deckard, suddenly says, come on, everybody, I hear something. I hear some noises. And he runs up there.
Anything to get me out of that fucking room. Oh, they don't stop talking, those Renvants.
You called us, or you called that out, Deckard?
Yelled it out. I hear something. Something's coming.
All right, I'll follow.
Back towards the front.
Oh, fuck.
You
down.
look out the little window hole towards
Who
the
is
front
it?
of the building
Is it
again, and
Blensky?
you
Who is it?
you see the same wagon and horse roaring back up towards the front of the mansion.
Ooh, Deckard, take a shot. Take a shot, Deckard.
Yeah. So Deckard, if Deckard sees him, Deckard actually
Sees who?
How big is this window?
I said you see the horse in the wagon. I didn't say who you saw driving it.
Oh, okay.
Shoot the horse, Deckard.
Yeah, what? So it's just getting closer?
Yep.
Are
Just
these
beyond
windows-
the statue.
Are these windows bigger?
They are. They're like glass. They're like ornate kind of, but they're hard to see out of. They're like decorative windows with like stained glass
Is there
almost.
glass in this window?
Yeah. No, that's more of an opening,
Okay.
like a open air
So-
opening.
Deckard actually like positions himself. He draws his longbow and watches this. Well, how far down is it to jump out the window?
You are now on the 3rd story. They're about 45 feet straight down to the ground. 45 feet. 50. They're about
Forget
30.
this falling work. I jumped out this window.
Normally you take a D6 for every 10 feet you fall.
Got it.
If you're just launching yourself out the window towards the ground.
Deckard just
Do I
tries.
see you like ready to leap or something?
Yeah, Deckard. Oops, sorry, moved over. Deckard tries to run down the stairs to get to the front, out the front door as fast, at least to the 2nd floor and out a window, as fast as he can.
Do I have? I don't know. Were you like I don't know. I'm following Deckard. I'm just gonna follow Deckard.
All right, so you got to go down this flight of stairs and kind of like back down to the 2nd floor, and then I mean you guys know this place now. You've been up and down the steps a couple times, and you'd kind of run back down that next hallway where you were before, and that would be an opening that would be about 15 feet down to the ground.
Can Juniper wild shape into a raven and fly out the window?
You sure can.
Okay.
Oh, it's,
I
He's
can
gonna
help
wild
you,
shape into a
Deckard.
raven and fly out the window.
All
Thornton,
right.
don't eat that one.
Don't
Yeah,
eat that
don't
one.
Says who?
Says who?
Says who?
Don't anybody shoot it, please.
Oh,
Deckard,
no, I don't have any
don't
of those
jump
guys here.
either.
The
What's
little
that?
raven has 2 little horns coming out the side,
Yeah.
so you can differentiate it from the rest.
Yep. So Deckard and Spargle start scrambling down the stairs. As Deckard, did you say anything to anybody, or did you start running?
no, I yelled it out. I
Oh,
said,
you
"Something's
yelled it
coming."
out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys start running down the stairs. I don't know what Thornton and Alaric do, but Juniper goes running towards the open window on the 3rd floor and turns into a raven as she reaches the window and just
That's cool.
shoots right out of the window.
That's pretty cool.
So Juniper,
Luckily, there wasn't any glass.
No, there wasn't on this floor. That window was just an opening. And when you start to circle around, and I'll let you the rest of you kind of like catch up or run through the complex, and then Alaric and Thornton, you can tell me what you guys are doing in a second. Juniper, what you see is I don't know that you saw the wagon that took off, but what you see is this woman riding this wagon up towards guiding this horse and wagon up towards the front of the building, and there is a dead, dirty-looking Vistani guy with a rapier stuck in his back, hunched over the side of the wagon. As she pulls up towards the front of the house, she kicks the body out of it, and it just kind of goes rolling in the dirt, and she sees the raven coming towards her, and she kind of gives a little like acknowledgement towards you.
Well,
I know
hell
who
yeah,
she
brother.
is?
She does not look familiar. It doesn't look like you've seen her before.
Do you give like
She
a bird
looks
salute?
she looks like a well-dressed Vistani looking woman, but with much better like put together clothing. She looks a little ripped and like kind of, and you notice she's got weapons on her and stuff, and she's got some sort of like armor and stuff. She looks pretty badass. But yeah, that's what you see.
Okay. And she's at this point, she's already turned around and she's riding away.
No, she's come around the front of that, between the statue and the front door of the mansion, and kind of like spun the wagon around and kicked the body out of the wagon, and then just gave you a little bit of a nod as you were flying down.
Is she packing or is she leaving?
She parked it right in the front of the.
So she's
the
packing. Okay.
Like James Bond shit.
All right, so I'm gonna go and attempt to like land on the wagon.
Okay.
Ooh, careful, babe.
And she looks at you, or she looks at you, and she says, she talks to you in common, and she says, you is a magic trick, or you one of the Velaki folk?
So I caw. I pretend like I can't speak.
She says, okay, well, hey, you're not one of the dead people inside, so that's a start. Okay. I heard some more people in there, friends of yours.
Okay, so I guess I don't really need to buy time or anything like that. She's gonna stay here and chat.
She seems to be chilling now and chatting with you. Alaric and Thoradin, what were you doing to get out? Or are you just hanging out?
We're just we're hanging out. I'm gonna come out though.
Are you just following them?
Yeah, I'm gonna eventually make my way out downstairs. Unless he wants to have a best of 3 arm wrestling match impromptu in the fucking Revenant room.
Yeah, I'll leave.
Okay.
All right, so Deckard and Spargo get out there first because they were kind of hauling ass, and you see Juniper as a raven sitting on the side of the wagon that you saw earlier, and this woman sitting in the driver position of the wagon trying to talk to the raven. The raven's not talking back. Do you Spargle and Deckard make yourselves known and come out of the building, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I come flying out. Like, I don't know that she's talking to her yet, so I'm like running out thinking I'm about to.
Do we see the Vistani body?
Yes, and so next to the wagon you see this body. Deckard, you recognize it as the dude that had rolled up earlier and pissed on the dragon statue, and he's now dead and lying in the dirt.
Excellent.
Do I recognize the woman?
You do not.
Okay.
I thought it was Irina.
I was kind of thinking that too.
Do we know that it's not?
Yeah, I don't think I would I have recognized Irina?
No,
Did I-
Juniper
Yeah, you
wouldn't.
guys braided each other's hair and shit before the
Oh,
festival.
right,
You would
right.
know her.
Whoops.
Eh.
I've braided so many people's hair at this point. Yeah, so
Stop
Juniper
it.
can ask her who she is. Who are you? Why are you here?
Are you like cawing
As a
that
bird.
to her?
Yeah, I'm saying that in the Raven voice.
In the Raven voice? I don't
In
know
the
if she
Raven voice.
speaks Raven.
Gonna have to make that one up in your heads.
Sammy.
Yeah, I don't. I think she's like, what are you trying to say, bird?
So I can't tell if you're trying to make me do the stupid Raven voice, or if like you're trying to tell me that she doesn't speak the language.
Raven. She doesn't
Okay.
speak Raven.
So
Yeah.
she's Juniper's speaking in common. She just doesn't have her normal gnome voice. She has a Raven voice.
Wait,
should've
so when
specified
you're
that.
as a Raven, you can't speak common, right? Like you can't
Well,
talk.
I thought
wild
because
shape.
ravens could actually speak that would probably work, right? Because ravens are like parrots.
Oh,
Is that a reach? Did I change back?
ooh, yeah, I don't know about that. I think Actually, hold on one second. Let me just
You
double
should have
check.
turned into a macaw.
Cloak the Raven. Let me check the rules.
I'm a car.
Yeah, I'm
A
gonna
bird of
say.
paradise.
Pretty bird.
Yeah,
Tell me
she
something.
doesn't understand you. Sorry.
Okay, so I think Juniper would catch on to that, and the fact that she wasn't being attacked. This one isn't leaving, so she would change back into her little gnomish self and ask, "Who are you? Who's in the back there?"
She kind of looks shocked a little bit for a second when you like suddenly transform back into a forest gnome, and she goes, "Ah, there you are." She goes, "Well, you certainly don't look dead like everybody else in that building, so that's good. What's your name?"
My name's Juniper. What's your
Make
name?
something up. Oh,
She says, well, pleased to meet you.
Juniper
My
would not
name."
make something up.
She says, "My name's Esmeralda. Esmeralda
Ooh.
Davenier."
ooh.
That's a nice name. What's the guy's in the back name?
Oh, dead.
Dad,
Yeah,
is that like a family name or?
Yeah, that's just his new name after I met him. I guess he was chasing after me. I stole a horse from the camp near Valaki or whatever, and he had the box he dropped off here, and he pissed on the and so not a good guy. Didn't think it was a big deal.
Would you like to see my rocks?
Yes.
I've got a whole bag of rocks that I can show you. I got them from all over the place. I've been collecting them. I've shown them to my friend Sparkle a few times. He seems to enjoy them. Not everybody does, but if you would like to see them, I can show them to you.
It's
Can you kill
Asperger's,
monsters
right?
with them?
I'm sorry?
Can you kill monsters with them?
You can.
Then I'd love to see your rocks.
Excellent. So Juniper kind of takes out her rock bag like a dice bag and she kind of dumps it out. So as the
she's
group is
lit-
approaching,
I'd love
she's
to
showing
see
the
your
rock.
rock. Deckard started to unzip his pants, and then I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
You had to
that's
take it
not
there,
what
didn't
We're
we?
talking about something different, eh?
Psychophysical.
I'm not talking about them rocks.
Turn it off.
She looks at the rocks and she picks up a couple of them and she's like, "Ooh, that one would make great for a bullet." And she hands it back to you. She says, "You want to see my leg?"
Yes.
She pulls up her one pant leg, and it is a completely well-engineered prosthetic, completely metal. And you would have never guessed it. It looks super functional and like the most well-engineered thing you've ever seen in your life.
Van Helsing shit.
That's awesome.
Did
Is
anyone
It's the
see
weirdest
Kingsman?
conversation ever, but I love it.
Wow. So I guess Juniper would go over and try to touch it.
Yeah,
Everybody likes to be touched.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a metal
yeah,
leg. How often do you see that?
she's super proud of it, and she says, "Yeah, you know, werewolf bit off my other one, so I had to kind of chop it off so I didn't get infected. You know, didn't want to be one
That
of
is
them."
so cool. One time I got tied to a giant wicker monster, and it tried to eat everybody, and I single-handedly saved everyone with my
Wow.
lightning.
New
I
legs.
think we're gonna be a good team.
I think we are.
Sounds like we'll be in the monster killing business together. What about those guys? And she points up towards the darkness of where Deckard and Sparkle are.
So Juniper,
planning to go out too. I don't want to like hide or hover. You know what I mean? I'm not that stealthy.
Yeah, I want to come out.
Deckard walks forward toward her.
I'll go with you. Just kind of.
She looks up and she goes, "Oh." She goes, "Hello there, everyone. You guys don't look like you belong here. You're not as dead as everybody else in this place. I wouldn't go in there. Did you go in there? All those guys in there are super angry."
Yeah, we chatted with them. They're cool. And Deckard tips his cap and says, "How you doing?" And he doesn't even look at her. He just walks over and goes, "Hey, free horse." And approaches her horse. Starts like petting it.
She looks at you kind of curiously, and then kind of gives you makes a weird look at the rest of the group. Like, is this guy all right? And Sparkle does the thing, and she's like, all right.
That's awesome.
Hi, Sparkle. What brings you here?
I'm actually, I was coming here to kind of scope this place out. I had heard that, there may be some, I'm looking for somebody, and I heard that he might have been through here. So I borrowed a horse from a Vistani camp near Valaki, and on my way here, I ran into that guy. She points at the corpse on the ground, and she says, and he started giving me a hard time about the horse belonging to Aragol, his boss or whatever, and then, now he's dead. So that was my fault. So I took his cart, and now I'm here. And you didn't see an old guy in there by any chance?
They're all super old. Like, way
But,
old.
not dead old.
Not dead old, just old. And dead.
Old and dead? No, I'm looking for old and alive.
Yeah, nothing checks that box, sorry.
So, okay, all right.
What's his name? Maybe we've run across him.
He's my old mentor and master. Name is Rudolf van Richten. He is the current greatest monster hunter that I know of, and my former master and partner. That is until I become the greatest monster hunter.
Could you describe his face to me?
He's a little middle-aged, I guess. Has an eyeglass. Is Dr. Van Richten, as he goes by sometimes. I wouldn't say middle-aged, middle to late age.
Long hair, short hair?
He's got white hair that kind of comes up in little tufts. I don't know. I've been tracking him for a long time. I had heard that he'd been around Valaki. He may be traveling in sort of incognito. So I found some evidence that he inhabited a tower near Valaki for a little bit, which I am now sort of occupying. Him and I are both after a similar prize or target, and I think if we work together, we can make it happen.
Did you say white tufts of hair?
Yes.
Just out of the roleplay, Dan, did Vladimir have white tufts of hair?
He was kind of undeadish and had all kinds of.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if any of these revenants we saw might be occupying this guy's body.
Oh.
They've been dead for years, but
Yeah, but they occupy a new body when they die.
you're right.
So if he had come in here to do something, they could have killed him and taken his body.
Sure.
Good thinking.
Does the name or that description match anybody that we've do we recollect anybody who might fit the description or the name?
Trying to think of a statue that we saw in the building.
I don't remember.
So Ragnar's gonna grab Sparkle and turn a little bit and whisper and just look at him and say, "Think she's talking about Rictavio?"
Perhaps
She said he might be under an assumed name, but I don't want to tell her we know anything yet because we don't know what her deal is.
What kind of weapons does she have?
She has a rapier and a hand axe. She's got her crazy prosthetic leg, which she does not seem to hide. The rapier looks really finely made. She also seems to have a make a perception check.
Very perceptive.
Okay, you see the rapier and the and a hand axe. The rapier she grabbed out of the corpse that she kicked out of the cart, and the hand axe she's just sort of has at her side. She's wearing some pretty flowing sort of coat, like jerkin, like a leather or like a bandit like jerkin. I'm going to show you a picture. I don't love the picture that they have of her in the game. So I'm going to show you more a picture that I like in terms of what she looks like from a face. But then I'll also show you the official picture of her that they have. So you can get a feel for what... So there's two pictures there. I like the face image a little bit better, but that's what you see.
Cool ass leg.
Yeah, that's her sweet leg.
I want that.
Yeah.
I want that.
I would love something like that.
So Juniper kind of pipes up and she says, "Well, Esmeralda, we right now actually could use help with the cart that you have, because we have to bring back something to this spot. If you would like to help us with that, I could try speaking to the gods of the wild to help me figure out exactly where your mentor is."
The gods of the wild. That sounds interesting. So what do you need? You can have this card. I just was using it to get back up here.
Oh, excellent.
What's the prize that you seek?
Oh, well, I'm going to kill Strahd.
What a coincidence.
Well,
Could you use some help?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm looking for my old master, I believe. I believe that he has been finding some support or some companions. I understand there's some secret order in Vallaki that he'd been scoping out. He seems to be interested in some and she starts to say visitors to this realm, and as she's saying it, she's looking around at all of you and just has this like look of epiphany where she's like, "Oh, I'm such an idiot." She says she seems to be interested in some people that are not from this realm. She finishes her thought. She says, "I also think that my old master has actually been inside Castle Ravenloft and has survived, and if we work together, even though the kill is mine and will be my prize, I think Van Richten knows he will have the key to all of this. But I can't find him. If he doesn't want to be found, he's extremely elusive. I even heard that I've heard that now he's traveling with a monkey. Can you believe that I've been replaced by a monkey at this point?
Does he go by any other names? You mentioned he might be traveling in guise.
Could be anything. He's a master of disguise and deception.
Is he fat?
Know.
Does he like wolf steaks and apples?
I don't know about that. I don't.
Is
think
he a fat fuck?
Not at all. He is definitely in for his age, good shape.
You called it, Ragnar.
What did you say right before she trailed off? Like she
said that she believed he was onto a secret order around Vallaki and was looking for their help, and had also been interested in some newcomers, some visitors that he thought might be helpful. But as she was saying that, it sort of light bulb went off and she was staring at all of you.
Yeah. You guys, we knew that Rictavio had been tracking, or at least they suspected that Rictavio was tracking the Keepers of the Feather. And he frequented the Blue Water.
She mentioned the monkey.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know where the Stony guy came from?
Rictavio, you're right, Ragnar.
The toy maker had the monkey.
Well, yeah, Blinsky had a monkey, but did anyone else have a monkey? that we know of?
Piccolo. It belonged to Rictavio.
Yeah, it was chilling with the. That's literally this.
Bingo.
So,
To Belinsky.
how do we feel about if she's telling the truth?
So let me ask you that. When she said, I'm going to kill Strahd and, this stuff, do we get a sense that she's telling the truth?
Make an insight check.
I'm not very good at that. Huh? Not bad at it.
Yeah, you think she sounds pretty genuine. Surprisingly matter of fact about it, but truthful.
Ragnar's gonna go like this to Spargle.
I think she's telling the truth. You know how you mentioned to me about who you thought? I'm like, I think she's telling the truth about her intentions with Strahd.
I think we can tell her.
Let's do it.
You tell her, lad.
We think we might know who your what's
Mentor.
his name?
Von Richten.
Von Richten. We think we know who this is, but he's been going under the name of Rictavio.
Rictavio doesn't mean anything to me, but where did you think you saw him, or where is he?
He has been frequenting a tavern that we frequent. He was in he had a monkey before he passed it along to someone else.
Okay, that adds up. I definitely know he had, for whatever reason, a monkey in his possession.
Do we need to find him to help with what you're saying as far as to
I can't face Strahd alone. I can't go just storming into Ravenloft. I think if I am able to find Van Richten, that we can work together, or he'll have the information I need to get there and to accomplish my grand feat.
So Ragnar has 2 questions for Esmeralda. He walks right up, introduces himself. How you doing, Esmeralda? Ragnar is my name. I'm a dwarf, I'm a treasure hunter, I'm a ruin chaser, and I also want to kill Strahd. I have 2 questions. This monkey, he was left in the care of the fat toy maker. The toy maker had some strange looking dolls carved in the likeness of certain people of interest, let's say. Do you think Rictavio maybe wanted the monkey to do some sort of covert operation?
Don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know about the dolls, the toy maker, why my old boss has a monkey. He's done all kinds of crazy things, though, so that's feasible.
Okay, and another question. Why do you think, do you know anything about why this Vistani that you killed would have dropped a box off with my name on it?
Your name?
That's carved into that coffin.
That's super strange. I don't know. I do know that this guy here and this cart and this horse are from the camp that are right. That's it, right inside the Vallaki border.
maybe we should pay them a visit?
We're going to pay them a visit. Nobody's carving my name into a coffin and not having questions asked.
She says, but you don't want to go back to Vallaki right now. You know what happened there, right?
No, fill us in.
It's a terrible note on that coffin, but we don't know.
Oh, yeah. So it's not good there. I'm going to kind of avoid the place for a little while. St. Andrew's Feast, which they have every now and then, it turned into a big clusterfuck. I hate to break this to you guys, but St. Andrew's Feast at the church there in Vallaki, it's normally a nice positive festival to kind of like pump everybody up, praise the Morning Lord. In the middle of the feast, a bunch of vampire spawn bursted out of a bunch of coffins that were placed around the town, started killing everybody. Lady Wachter couldn't maintain control, lost. It just became a mess. I guess she's imprisoning everybody that's blaming her. Everybody said the old Baron, it wouldn't have happened. It's chaos there. Those folks that run the tavern there, they're all in jail. And then all the guards are being are being asked to shoot any raven that they see for whatever reason that is. It's pretty ugly there.
You're not going back there.
Yeah, I'm not using Wild Shape Raven.
That doesn't sound good.
I wouldn't mind putting a bolt through Lady Wachter. Dumb bitch.
Oh, it may come to that, lad.
Esmeralda, do you know anything about the Baron? About his history?
No, I kind of stayed out. No, Valaki's just a weird, messed up town. I only got close enough to try to find Van Richten, and really kind of dipped out of there once I realized he had somewhat of a secret hideout, I guess, in some tower that was not too far from the city. So that's where I've been sort of scoping it out, hoping him there. That was until I thought that he came towards these ruins, and now I'm here.
Were there any inhabitants in that tower before you stayed there?
Were there what?
Was there anybody living in that tower that you were staying in?
No, but I found all kinds of. No, there wasn't anybody living there. I definitely found a lot of evidence of my master having been there. Notes. I found notes about this place, which is why I thought he was here. But a lot of his other equipment. In fact, there's a whole board there with a bunch of evidence and notes and stuff about where he'd been tracking, which is why I think he's been inside of Castle Ravenloft, why I thought he was on to a group who had been working out of Vallaki, and why I thought he was here.
I look at the group and I'm like, I wonder if those notes might actually mean something to us too.
I think it's worth a look.
Experiences while we've been here. Maybe here with Esmeralda here, we might be able to make something out of that too. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of leads to follow here. I would be interested in that group too, as far as Dan, just out of like she said, the group that camp, they're actually in Vallaki.
Yeah, like she said, it was like a camp of Vistani camp that's like within the border
Outskirts
of Vallaki.
kind of thing, or whatever.
Yeah, outskirts or part of the yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, there's a lot of things that. I think we have to kind of plan our next steps in a way.
I have another question for her. Esmeralda, you mentioned vampire spawn.
Yes.
What does that mean? Actual vampires? What do they look like?
Yeah, they I'll tell you, they're not full-fledged vampires yet. They're more like the thrall of a vampire. And too many. I could usually take out 3 or 4 on my own, but my understanding is, and I got there too late. There were a good 7 or 8 that unleashed onto this festival in Vallaki and just started really just tearing everybody apart.
So we encountered a house with a coffin in it, but we didn't encounter the coffin's occupant. And we're also looking for another person by the name of Von Holtz.
Name is not familiar to me, but a strange coffin in a house sounds awfully suspicious of a vampire. Sometimes what I know is even well-established vampires will have, they'll keep sort of safe houses, let's say, in convenient areas where they would have a coffin where they could rest. Sounds
you
to
never heard
me.
the name Vasily Von Holtz?
I have not.
So the whole town is invested with vampires.
Well, that didn't go as planned.
We might have bet on the wrong horse.
Do we
That's
have a
life.
responsibility to go back there and fix it?
Probably.
I would. I mean, I don't care.
Well, Blintz,
Pro-
he's there.
I
still.
think so.
Oh, sorry, Lark.
No, I was just agreeing. I think we should. I mean, it's kind of
What time of day is it?
kind of going to be a burden for us.
It's getting late now. You woke up when a lark was watching camp, and you saw that weird skeletal thing go down the street, and then you've spent most of the day inside a Argynvost hold. It's getting to be evening now.
So maybe we should we kind of like mull over our options here and like maybe make a camp when it and
So
we have a lot of different things we could do. I mean, we could. One of the things that we're here and we're very close to the battlefield. A half day, you said, was it Dan? I can't remember now.
to the what? To the back.
The battlefield. I'm sorry.
Where the dragon is?
The dragon.
Yeah. So let's do this. So you met Esmeralda. You're outside of Argynvost hold. You talk about it being late, and she says, "Yes, I've been traveling all day. I had to, kill this guy. I had to, I've been up at the tower and the city." And she goes, "If you don't mind, I would share camp with you. Seems like there's a lot of things we could do here. I obviously want to find my master Van Richten. I'm happy to help you, use my cart here. So we can kind of wrap up here. If we want to take it to, we don't ever do this, but really take it to Fireside Chat and do it, over the next 2 weeks before we play again. You guys, here's some options I see you guys carving out, and you can do anything else you want. She's mentioned this tower, and she's looking for Van Richten. You can help her in many ways, and you can converse with her, and we can play it out, like role play it. I'll do her on Discord. What? I'll I'll narrate her character on Discord. You could take her cart to retrieve the remains of what you think is Argynvost from the swamp. You could do that some other way. You could go back to Vallaki and try to figure out what the hell happened there and help out. You can go back into Argynvost Holt here and explore that more. Really, we're off the rails here. So there's a million things you guys could decide to do at this point. And I'm not going to say what's...
So do we have a thing that we can do? I'm an asshole. Do we have a thing set up that we can do that? Oh, we do. Fireside. Okay.
So where are we going to camp?
You guys could camp. You could camp right here by the statue.
Why don't
you
we,
could go into
why
the
don't we
woods. You
set
could
all
go
those
back into the
fucking
building.
crows on fire? We'll just have like a big campfire of dead crows.
Why don't we set
Could
the
do
box they were in on fire?
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
I like it.
Yeah.
Wood holds a flame better than
We'll make-
some
we'll make
ravens.
s'mores
Solaric.
over it.
Yeah.
Roasted chicken. Yeah, we could eat the ravens, right? I mean, why not?
Does anybody want to take watch
Like there's a
over
COVID joke
Esmeralda?
in there.
Trust her?
Lark wants to, but he needs to sleep.
Yeah, we can take turns up. If you want
Usually Lark's good at that. He's a big first watch guy.
Yeah,
take
but
first watch.
he's gonna sleep.
Juniper
we'll-
will take first watch if he wants to talk
We'll
to
say,
our friend.
sorry, even prior to you guys sleeping for the night, there's some hours where you guys can have some dialogue and decide what you want to do next. And if we do that over fireside chat, then we'll know what we're doing next session.
I like it.
Fair enough.
You guys see Deckard disappear back into Argynvosthold,
Oh fuck.
and a few minutes later he comes out, and Thoradin, hopefully he's not paying attention, but he walks up. He's got a giant dead spider in his hands, and he just throws it at Thoradin.
Oh, why would you do that?
So here, mate.
Just easing the tension, baby.
Just
Ease it on someone else.
get off of me.
Trying to loosen things up, you know.
So
They say-
Thoradin passes out.
The more loose you are, then that you can jump higher in the morning. So
Yeah, so that Thoradin passes out from that. Just he's out. He faints.
figured you could tear its legs off and carry it around or something. Okay.
So yeah, so we'll camp there, and then there's a trillion directions you guys could go right now. So you're gonna have to chat it out on Discord, and if you could let me know which way you think you're gonna go.
Yeah, well, I'll make sure that gets initiated. If it doesn't get initiated, I'll make sure it does.
And Esmeralda's there too. We're camping with you guys, so you're welcome.
Yeah, you're
to
gonna do her on Discord.
I'm gonna do her on Discord.
And then whenever we
Are you gonna screen share that? Or?
Didn't miss that one. You're gonna do her on Discord. That's
Yeah.
great.
Do we want to talk about scheduling stuff? Is that what we want to touch?
Yeah,
some
so I was
housekeeping
talking.
issues, some
Yeah,
housekeeping
so
stuff?
yeah. So what we'd like to do, and I know this won't work perfectly for everybody, and I know Adam, you got something Wednesday nights, and Amber, sometimes you work Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
But what we'd like to do is try to get a regular schedule. We're gonna try to say every other Wednesday night. And Amber, if you have to work and show up late, I can send you the recap early, and we don't get going until like 9 anyhow.
Fine.
So maybe that'll work. Adam, I know
Yeah,
you
we
should be
could
up.
start at 9. I'm okay with that.
Don't worry
too.
about me. I'll make it work.
I know you have practice and stuff, but same story.
That's
If you
only
got to
gonna
be a little
for
bit
the
late.
next couple weeks. It's fine.
Will, you said Wednesdays are your carved out night, right?
That's what I've carved out for
Yeah.
D&D.
Yeah, we want to stick to that. We definitely want to stick to that.
Tuesdays that I can do it, but like we have so much crap going on anymore. Like I've kept Wednesdays like sacred.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So that's,
No, it's
and
only
that's-
fair.
That helps me too, and Ponch said the same thing. So let's plan on 2 weeks from now. We'll play again. We're gonna put out like a schedule of that every other Wednesday, like through the summer. So if anybody knows they can't make something, we may play without one player every now and then, and just kind of figure it out. We'd like to keep a regular cadence. People have to show up late or miss like one session out of every few. We'll be okay with that, but rather just sort of stick with a regular day of the week and everything, so it's easier to for everybody.
Works for me.
Okay.
Dig it.
Hey, we got some new guidelines. Things are opening up. Do we want to schedule an in-person? At
I'm
some
cool
point.
with for those of us that can, yeah.
I'd do it.
I won't be there for a while, but I mean, you guys can certainly do that, and then I'll join in on Discord.
I would do it.
We could probably figure it out where we have like a Discord hybrid in-person thing and make it work.
It'd be fun to
That'd be
do
fun
it.
over the
do,
summer.
do a session again in the basement at your place.
Mhm.
Being in the
Mhm.
basement,
It's been a while.
Yeah.
like-
Um,
being in
whenever.
person, rolling real dice.
Yeah, so
Too.
Amber-
By the way, Matt and Amber, and Ragnar, we've done that where one or more of us have been remote. Remember, like I remember being sick once and joining in remotely, and it was fun.
Amber's probably coming here sometime, maybe in July. That's what we said, right, hon?
Yeah.
So what we could probably do, maybe, if Sal can, is us three could probably get together,
That'd be
Yeah.
sweet.
That would
Yeah.
be cool.
Mm.
and then y'all can get together, and then we can, kind of just,
Video conference it.
you know,
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
do. Sorry,
Are we still streaming?
No.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we're
No,
still
I
streaming.
was.
I
I was.
can shut it
having a
off now.
moment.
I want to thank all of our viewers. We couldn't do it without you. I want to thank Black Bear Deli Meats too for sponsoring the stream.
Yeah.
I could probably I could go to Matt's, but probably not much
All right,
else.
thanks everybody for watching. I'm gonna shut it off.